Rolling.
Hi everyone, I'm Shruti and I'm so excited to be here at Soundscape. Mr. A.R. Rahman. NDTV Good Times celebrating him, his music and something very, very special that's coming. What is this emphasis on language?
Classic example is telephone Manipur says, the girl who laughs like a bell. So in Hindi, telephone dhun mein hasne wala. It became like a laughing stock.
You know, they're like legendary stories of you, the keyboard player with your floppy disk. How did that journey start?
I think I would say my father. When he died, it was a very dark time of us. The kind of things he had left, synthesizer, keyboards, rhythm machines. These are my toys. Yeah. I'll do psychological questions on it.
A.R. Rahman Harmony by the Ganga, which NDTV Good Times has put together as its experience.
Hopefully, I think this will be the peace concert which people want.
What does Sufism mean to you?
Sufism is about love.
What do you think about the independent music scene in India right now?
It's beautiful. Today I was listening to Anup Jain. At least it's got an honesty.
Do you find talent a lot out of independent music? I know you do.
I do.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of reels.
Luka Chupi with Lata ji.
Actually kind of orchestrated the whole thing. I wanted to do a duet with her.
Hun Fire Hun. It is magical.
It is a soul connection. It's beyond the words, there is a soul connection.
Hi everyone, I'm Shruti and I'm so excited to be here at Soundscape with my most favorite, Mr. A.R. Rahman and NDTV Good Times celebrating him, his music and something very, very special that's coming up. So, Rahman sir, thank you for having us here in your studio. I've been here several times before.
I know, thank you for coming. It's
My
beautiful
pleasure.
to see. Yeah.
My pleasure. So when I had the opportunity to have this conversation with you today, I was so excited for a number of reasons. You know, I'm like his #1 fan, but I always say to people like, actually avoid meeting your heroes. It's such a known cliche. But I have to say to everyone, when I met him, it was above and beyond anything I expected.
Thank you.
And if your hero is A.R. Rahman, you should definitely meet him. So thank you for having us.
You're very kind. Thank you.
How many films would you have scored out of this studio?
This studio, actually, we kind of started with Rang De Basanti.
Okay.
And we recorded Lataji, then little bit of Rockstar, I think. And then the studio became so busy that they didn't have time for me. So I had to stick to my home studio.
What do you mean? Because all the other musicians and doing all sessions?
It became a film mixing studio.
So, sir, you've worked with so many musicians, starting from the beginning of your career, where we didn't know you as we know you today, where you were just a musician, like all of us musicians who started out hoping for our break, to international collaborations with now recently Mr. Hans Zimmer. And recently I read about you and Diane Warren collaborating as well. So what do these collaborations mean to you?
Basically, collaborations are very difficult.
Yes.
Collaboration with a singer is fine. Collaborating with another songwriter or a composer is pretty difficult because I'm a person who don't stress and I'm not aggressive. I move back a bit. And sometimes, for a composer, everything which you do is very precious, right? Somebody tampers with it, we get annoyed or we get upset. Now
sensitive.
We are sensitive, right? But I can collaborate with a songwriter, like write lyrics, and maybe a singer, musician. That's fine. So I think for the first time I ever collaborated was with Craig Armstrong for Shekhar Kapoor's movie The Golden Age. Then
which year was that?
It was around 2004, 3,
okay.
I think. And then with Vatana for a Finnish band for Lord of the Rings musical on stage. Then Hans had called me a lot of times. So he was very kind. He was so super generous. He said, you can work in any room. So I took rental one of the rooms. And then till I bought my house in LA and I moved. So then he called me for his super band, which we performed in the Oscars with Pharrell and Sheila E. and Hans Zimmer, Esperanza. And then we lost touch kind of. And then when Namatji was doing Rahman, I said, my two favorite composers are you and Hans, and why don't you guys work together? I said, yes, this project is so big, and it'll be a great honor. So we went back again. It was very embracive. He was asking all the right questions as a Western audience. Who's this character? Who's this character? From Ramayana.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it was interesting to see.
So trying to understand the mythology.
Yeah, I think good that when we have a team from abroad, they question so that it'll be easy for the Western audience to understand Ramayana. Diane Warren and I used to meet her during all the Oscar parties and all this stuff. And she would always smile, AR, how are you, and all this stuff. And suddenly got the invitation, will AR produce this track? And she had composed the lyric and the tune. And I said, okay, at this stage of my life, I don't care. I'm not insecure about anything.
1 second, let's just pause for 1 second. So she writes the lyrics and the main melody, and you work just as a producer.
First time.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I think because also like English, even though I'm more comfortable with English than in my own mother tongue or Hindi or anything, you still have this thing, oh, can I write in English? Even though I've written English songs before, right?
Right.
So I was very curious about one of the most prolific writers, Diane. And so she led us into her studio. We worked in the studio. And I didn't have any time. I was going from India, and then I was kind of working in the flight. Played some rhythms on it. I said, like, if they don't like it, I can just pack up and bring it off.
Right.
Surprisingly, they loved everything.
Yeah, it's you, of course.
No, it's not that easy. So then then we finished the song, and yeah.
So you brought up something really interesting, sir, which is, as you know, I'm an independent English musician. And when I first went abroad, I'm like, they were like, would you like some help with your lyrics? And I'm like, but we speak English every day, and it's a lot of our first communicative language to connect across.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, how do this balance, you write in so many languages, I mean, you compose in so many languages, and every person who listens to your song, be it in Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, it's not like a dub movie that went wrong in one version. Sorry, no offense to anyone. But, what is that love of language? Because you have to have that beyond music to make it translate spiritually in a way to everybody. So what is this emphasis on language?
I think there is a certain kind of aura with each language. The way we Tamil, like we speak in Tamil, like classic example is telephone Manipol Sirip. Manipol Siripaval means like the girl who laughs like a bell, right? So in Hindi, I think P.K. Mishra ji wrote that. Telephone dhun mein hasne wala. It became like a laughing stock.
It was a literal translation.
It was a literal translation. And Manipol Siripaval is not there. In that, the poetry of Tamil is not there in Hindi. So it became very odd in Hindi. So after that, I said I stopped dubbing. I don't want to dub. I don't want that money, extra money. If you guys come in, let me do. Or rewrite in Hindi, shoot in Hindi. Right? So that was put. And because those days, many movies were like all 3 language hits, right? Roja and Bombay and Dilse and Humse Mokabla. So it was difficult when the people saw money, they said like, we'll do whatever. But then for me, it was humiliating to see people writing bad comments about, oh, this Hindi lyric sucks. I would love to listen to in Tamil. So
correct.
Then I started doing more Hindi-oriented movies, which are not dubbed in Tamil.
Okay, so that was like a conscious decision that you took.
After 10 years of my career, I learned Arabic a bit because of the Holy Book.
Yes.
From 94 to 97, I would escape, and I learned to read the whole Holy Book, Quran Sharif. So Urdu was very easy for me because the Qaf and Khan, and Aghain and everything I could understand. So my Hindi was more
influenced from Urdu.
Because that is I see as because of the language and all the old classic songs of 60s and 70s, or Urdu kind of a thing. And then Subhashji, when I met him, he said, you know what, yeah, you're a very good composer, but without learning Hindi, you won't stay. I thought it's a beautiful advice he gave me. So I said, okay. And I started learning Urdu and Hindi.
Together.
But my sincerity is like, if somebody corrects it,
right,
that's why my cha would be like, 3 times more than what it is meant to be.
I think it's a Tamil thing.
It's a Tamil thing,
yeah.
Like, oh, I want to be right.
Yeah.
But anyway, but the love of Hindi people, like all around the world, is extraordinary. And now I love Punjabi too.
Yes, you do. And you made me sing in Punjabi, which I've never done in my life.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first and last time, I think.
Yeah, so all that stuff happened because I don't hate any culture. I love culture. I respect what they respect.
What fascinates you about other forms of music or musicians the most?
Most of the music comes from a religious context or cultural context, right? So if you take the gospel music or Carnatic music or Hindustani, it's all bhakti music. And Qawwali music is the same thing, right? Even though in Islamic music there's less music, and
Right.
probably the Qawwali and Naats are the only kind of thing. And so there's a sense of sincerity in every of that stuff, whether it's a Tamil folk song, or whether it's Carnatic Kirtana, or a Bandish, or a Tumri, and gospel music. So in a kind of way, I am like unified with that thought of sincerity of the music. So that's why people.
And you can feel it and recognize it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because when you close your eyes, all the forms disappear, and then we are one with that. And if you take love, it's a universal thing. Faith is a universal thing.
I've heard, they're like legendary stories of you, the keyboard player with your floppy disks.
Yeah.
I've heard so many people speak of you, and I always imagine that version of you and how you started. I don't know. I don't know if other people know, and a lot of people want to know, how did that journey start? I know your Amma was a big, big part of it. But who are the musicians here and abroad that really helped cultivate some sort of interest in some direction that you wanted to go in?
I think I would say my father.
Okay.
My father was extraordinary, and the only things I remember my father was him suffering in the, the cancer
Yes, he was unwell.
hospitals and all this stuff. But then when he died, it was a very dark time of us. So I would always try to forget that part. Then I realized the kind of things he had left me: synthesizer, keyboards, rhythm machines. Imagine.
This was his.
These are my toys. And then I realized why I'm so interested in it, because my father was that.
So it was like an heirloom he left you that
Exactly.
literally set the landscape of your
Absolutely.
life.
The first synthesizer in
Right.
South India, I think it was the Chord SH700. I said, man, I grew up with that. That's why I cut to the chase. I didn't have to follow learning anything. And by the time I bought musical instruments, like MIDI came in.
Yes.
So I bought 2 keyboards, I joined them, then I tried experiments, sequencing, all the stuff came in because
So you've always kind of been a tech-driven musician as well.
I thought that was normal.
No, I don't think for that
That's
time.
normal because that's my household, right? Because
Right.
my mom was renting out this equipment, and
Right.
I had this equipment. And in TV I was playing as a one-man show with all my keyboards, right? Somebody has that recording, give it to me. Me playing in Wonder Balloon. And
What was it called?
it's a show called Wonder Balloon.
Okay, we'll find it.
You're not born that time. But after going to a very spiritual path, like the Zen mode of, not wanting anything, like being in a vacuum mode and be open to whatever God gives, Then I realized like technology has to be dictated what we need from that, rather what it gives to you.
Then us be a
Correct.
slave to
So,
it. Yeah.
exactly. So I didn't want to use any user manual when I'm playing a keyboard or something. So I would learn that. It'll be in another room. Till I master it, it'll never come to the studio.
The image we have of you, and it's not a forced one, it's a genuine, extension of your personality. But you spoke about technology, and today, especially as a musician, there's this big fear. Actors, musicians, everyone is worrying about this thing of AI replacing us, right? I, for one, think it's a balance we can figure. What do you feel like, especially with all these softwares that are coming out, that can literally make a whole song, that make producers redundant in a sense?
We are in a situation where we need to set rules now. Not everybody can access somebody else's identity and then distort it, right? It's very, very important to now set rules. And in a way where creative people get freedom to do extraordinary things, at the same time not steal from other people's identities.
And what about Western influences in music?
Western influences, definitely John Williams and Vangelis, and there's so many, Pat Metheny, Chick Corea,
Love Pat Metheny.
Dave Grusin, and ABBA, then Carpenters.
Yes, so good.
The Keeravani mentioned that Carpenters it was amazing that he mentioned it.
Yeah.
Because at that point has the most sweetest thing, the voice, and even now I think. And strangely no Beatles.
No?
No, I listened to Beatles much later in my life.
Oh, really?
Maybe 10 years before.
What? Wait, 1 second. So you got into the Beatles only 10 years ago?
10 years before.
Okay. So someone didn't need... Queen. Okay.
Queen, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I've heard about you doing so many jingles.
All of the jingles were rejected.
No. Really?
So, which is good, because every people used to do the scratches here. I go to Mumbai to Louis Banks and get the final.
Oh yeah. Oh really?
So, but in a way, those were my building blocks, foundation.
That's a great thing people need to hear. Like
More than 200 jingles, I think. More than 300 jingles, I think.
so rejection so early on in a space that's very people consider it like make jingles, make money. So that rejection there, how did that turn into motivation for you? I think that's
After a while, it didn't matter whether it's success or failure. Have I done my job?
Right.
And something strangely said, work is work. And you're getting trained, you're getting better at your thing, kind of thing. And then I said, okay, if my commercials, I see 10 commercials on TV at the same day, then I should move on to something else. And one day, 10 commercials were there. All my commercials, like national and then I said, okay, now I have to move.
so to have that ability to okay.
And then exactly that time when Mani sir came in.
Yes.
And
this was 90.
91.
91.
1991, I think.
Yes, and how did that feel to make that transition? And how did that happen?
It was suddenly somebody whom I adored, like more than any big director in the world, comes to me for music. It's like huge for me.
So you were like a huge
So I was
fan.
like, what if he runs away from me? So let's not get excited.
So something that we're really excited, I actually came here to discuss this today and I'm dying to see it live, is A.R. Rahman Harmony by the Ganga, which NDTV Good Times has put together this experience and building a stage for you in this beautiful spiritual heritage site city of Varanasi. So, and you're performing with your band Jala. So can you tell us a little bit about performing there and how you put this collective together to perform this?
So there are two things. Jala is a raga-based band, which we put it for the waves. We curated from 500 different entries. We selected the best 12. And it again stems from my intention to make Indian classical music, kind of global, with a different outlook. It has a certain kind of a vibe now, and I feel like the audiences can really expand if we really put our energy into it and market it in a way and present it in a way more immersive and stuff. So we launched the Bharat Master Awards, which probably next year we'll have. Through that, I think came the idea of what if we have a raga-based band, which is like an ambassador to Bharat Master. Many bands, this is the first. And so Jala's 6 women singers, dancers, and 6 guys who are also instrumental players and singers.
And where are they from?
They're all live. So one is from Canada, North India, South India, Bengal, all over.
Great.
Yeah, and this extraordinary.
Multicultural, truly.
Multicultural in a way also. And the main idea is to show the mastery of Indian classical in a way where we cut to the chase and we show the core of it so people abroad.
And what do you look forward to leaving behind for the audience that's there at Varanasi seeing this?
So Varanasi, after Jala, we're going to perform Sufi songs.
Beautiful.
Right? Sufi songs, I think, in a way where it's not just one religion. I think Varanasi, if you know Bismillah Khan Sahib, his contribution all around the world, people know where he is from, Banaras.
Yes.
And so this brings in the kind of friendship and shared spirituality between religions in a way. So hopefully, I think this will be the peace concert which people want.
But I heard that you've never been to Banaras. I have. I've heard you've never been there before.
No, I missed the opportunity. I think I was supposed to go around 97. I couldn't go. Then Anand Rai called me for Anjana, come to Banaras.
Right.
I wanted to go, something happened. I think it's meant to be like
They
this.
say no bulawa aata hai sahi samay.
Correct, exactly.
So now it's your...
And I wanted to go to meet Bismillah Khan Sahib's family. I couldn't go. I think the opportunity has come now. The call has come.
Would you say that apart from performing, of course, for everyone there and all of us who will visit to come see you, what are you looking forward to?
The energy.
The energy.
The energy.
Yeah.
I think there's a million stories there,
Ancient as well.
Ancient. So even being in the streets and walking over there should be very inspiring for my musicality or my humanity.
So when you said you're going to do Sufi music, what does Sufism mean to you?
Sufism is about love. I think what happens is the core of it is destruction of self. Self which is evil, self which is just got pride and lust and selfishness and all that stuff. So when you remove all the stuff, you don't exist anymore. Your identity is crushed, and what exists is the light of God.
Yes.
So then you reflect. Your voice becomes the voice of God. Your hands become, goes in service, and then your thoughts are divine thoughts.
What do these people watching you mean to you?
For me, it's the reward of all the hard work. And it's flattering to see somebody buying a ticket, hard-earned money. They buy it, they dress up, they bring the family, they go into the car, come and park. Especially abroad when I go there, I'm so moved that we can be that connection to the motherland, to the childhood, through their love, the hope, faith, goodness, right? The songs reflect all this stuff. So when they come in, I kind of become the reason for them to get united. It's like a shrine of love, right? Everybody under one roof.
So how do you choose when you're working across and you have to refine your energies, know where to spend? What are those bits of yourself that you leave? The very human bits.
See, there is a musician in me
Yes.
who loves to jam,
Yes.
jazz, and all that stuff. I classical music or jazz, everything. And there is a soul of me, so when I go in, it's almost like a ritual. Like I don't go in without taking a bath or without feeling like, if I feel sleepy, I don't go to the studio. So I go in the process where I can be there for like 3-4 hours, or
And focus.
And nobody comes in. Nobody comes and say, oh, this phone call has come, so it's locked. Except my son, sometimes he opens it and he scares me out. No, he's sweet. So that's what it is. It's like a penance. So you go in and nobody's judging you and nobody knows what you're composing. I think that's very, very important. Which changed after I started collaborating with Super Heavy, with Mick Jagger and Dave Stewart, looking, AR, compose a tune. I was like, I've never done this before.
Really? So it would have been years.
Yeah.
The last time would have been years.
2008, I think we had the first meeting where they were standing in my keyboard. Hey, write a melody for us. I said, I don't do that. I just do it in my room. And then I said, why not? So that changed. So you don't have to be in the room to compose. Sometimes I'm in the room. Sometimes I'm in front of people. I jam and compose.
I have sounding boards. I send it to friends sometimes. I've sent you some stuff sometimes, which is like really high, jumping high, like, hey, sir, here's a rough tune, Who are there people that you need that validation from ever?
Mostly when I'm working with the film directors, they are the bouncing boards. So they go play to the drivers and their assistants.
Okay, so they do it for you.
They do the stuff. So I can go wild. And sometimes they don't get it. Sometimes, the finished product is much better than the rough product, right?
Of course.
And sometimes they will miss out something very beautiful. They miss out something which is, then I tell them, no, don't worry, once it's complete. Very rarely I just push it. Okay, you don't like it, I'll do something.
But who do you go to? Just to be like, hey, I tried something.
Except for my son sang the first song. I was worried that maybe I like it too much and maybe it's not good. So I sent it to 5 people. And
so you wanted to erase the bias.
So So in 2015, like Maula, when he sang it,
right,
everybody said it's beautiful. And then he won Best Singer.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And he was.
Otherwise, no.
This
is what self-sufficiency looks like, people.
No, because sometimes they don't get it. They get it after a year. Sometimes they get it after 7 years.
Yeah, that's this thing I hate they say about your music, about that it grows on you, and I'm like, I knew it was good in the beginning.
Yeah.
But you've heard that a lot, I'm sure.
I've heard it because I don't want to dumb down my music. I don't want to think that people are dumb and they can't understand, so I have to give them something so pedestal. I think getting anybody who gets inspired by nature would definitely do better things because the standard is so high.
Would you say that when you started out, would you consider yourself an independent musician before, as the term is
Actually,
today?
I wanted to be an independent musician. I didn't, because I worked under so many composers.
Okay.
That I wanted to be free. But the problem is when you're free and nobody pays you, and then you're left to your thing, you just go sleep, you watch TV, and there's no pressure. I am like that, I think. There's no pressure, I never work. I said, I will do it later. I'll go I'll do some meditation and sleep, and till the producer comes. Hey,
So you're saying the work is
the work actually pressurizes me to deliver more, do more.
What do you think about the independent music scene in India right now?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think right now they're all woken up. They're all found themselves in a way, because it was not there even 5 years before.
It wasn't, because I
was listening to Anuj Jain, then there's Abhilasha Sinha, so, and then so many other amazing people coming out. At least it's got an honesty, you know. It's not path breaking, I would say. Not. I'm just saying generally, path breaking stuff would take a lot of input and teamwork. But at least it's got an honesty, and it's relating. Everybody can relate to that. It gives peace to people.
Do you find talent a lot out of independent music? I know you do, but how do you do that? Do you find them online or?
I do.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of reels.
You do?
Yeah.
One thing across the world which unites people is the power and the importance of charity and giving back for all that God has given us through our blessings. And in that vein, I'd love to talk about the ARR Foundation.
I think it's a process. Even though my mom, you know, she used to feed loads of people, after a while I felt like the world was getting divided. Then I was chose to be the Stop TB Partnership for UN, right? Then so I said, let me start a foundation, ARR Foundation. And after that, my idea was to see how we can educate and all. I said, why educate first? We need musicians. All the musicians are getting old, and their kids were becoming dentists and doctors and lawyers, not musicians. Because in the third year, who's going to do this job?
Not a secure future.
Yeah, and then we used to take 1.4 billion. We have volunteers, definitely. And then I looked at the school opposite my house, MGR school, and I said, oh, let's start at home. Charity begins at home.
Truly.
Call these people. We got around 50 kids. I said, okay, let's start a school. And then one of my friends said, no, if you teach free, nobody's going to respect. They'll leave and go. We need to have a free structure. I said, no, why don't we have both? We have free structure, means give paid faculty, and then we'll also have free.
Is that your KM?
Yeah.
That is.
KM Conservatory.
Yes.
Started.
That's the conservatory.
And the conservatory. Under that is also foundation, which educates underserved community. And so it started, and in a very selfish way, that I need an orchestra of my own, and my own people, native Indian symphony orchestra.
I don't think the word is selfish. I think it's building a family.
Yeah, but you need to own it.
How do you build this team?
I just ask people, hey, can you come and teach? I don't know how to teach. I said, I don't know how to run a school, but I'm running a school. It's just the intention which counts, and we all learn. I mean, nobody's made for something. Like, you don't come out of a college doing for good things.
Yes.
Good things have to come from within. We have to be a good human and get good things.
So, keeping the ARR Foundation in mind, I know that NDTV Good Times is going to do something lovely. Is they're going to make a whole bunch of people, whoever wants to sign up, send in their artwork or their visual representation of the landscape of Varanasi, and whoever, I don't use the word win, but whoever gets selected is all of the sales from that auction are going to go to the ARR Foundation.
That's sweet. Thank you.
Yes.
NDTV.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
We all help each other, help
More
everyone.
people will get educated in music.
You are a trained musician.
Kind of.
What do you mean by
You
that?
can never be trained.
No, but I mean, but you went
What
by
life
book.
throws at it.
Did you do grades?
I did a few grades, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See, like I never did grades, but I did classical.
Because I left school, I thought nobody will respect.
When did you leave school?
I left school +1. My mom came and said, that's it.
Your mum said it.
My mom came and stood near the school and said, you're not going to study, you're going to work. Do what your father did.
Just the love you have for your mum is so precious.
No, because it is tough love. Because she's not the mom you think. She's a very tough person.
She was not the chellam.
No, she was. She was very loving. At the same time, she's very stern. And her.
So what's the best lesson you learned from her?
This, actually, she
Work.
said, she said, giving is better than taking. You know, that is a beautiful thing.
Really value what you said about, working in service of others. This is something that Appa has taught me very much. So when I was very young, for my I was around 14 years old, and he said, it's my birthday, and I said, how are you going to celebrate it? And he said, I'd like you to come donate all your organs with me So means if I were to be deceased, my organs can be used. And he made me do this at 14, saying, what are you going to do with it if you're not on this planet? Give it to somebody else. Many years, for many, many years, I think especially after we met and got to know each other at the Cannes Film Festival, I was like, Appa, he's so challam and lovely. You have to work with Rahman sir. And then there was supposed to be a project.
You're the culprit.
I am the culprit.
Nobody can even deny the influence of your dad, right? And we have a special connection. My neighbor was his, so he was working under my neighbor, Tangapan Master.
Oh!
So yeah.
Your neighbor was Tangapan
Next
Master?
up, in the older house.
Yes.
And so we kind of seen him in and out, seen Malayalam movies which is done, Tamil movies which is done. And then I played a little bit for, I think, Moonram Pirai also. In one of the queues I played. And so there is a connection of, and then we used to admire Sagara Sangamam and all those things. So when Indian happened, I was very thrilled. That I was kind of a bit tense. That, oh my God, it's a Kamal movie, what am I going to do?
Wow, and you killed it.
I don't know whether I killed it.
Of course you killed it.
Okay, so that happened, and he's got so many ideas. He's got like, he's told me like 5-6 ideas. Which
During that time itself?
No, over the...
Oh, over the time, yeah.
Yeah, so it's great.
Yeah, he loves you. He truly does. You've composed, like I said, the background music to people's lives. You've composed things that have moved the nation. You have composed music that unites people. What is that one piece of music you wrote that changed you, like where you felt a shift? You know, we all have that one moment when we're writing something and we're like, oh, this was very much outside of me. What was that?
I think I would say my first soundtrack. I never thought I had it in me. And I didn't know that an external force coming in, like even like a Mani Ratnamji coming in, who was like a brother or like a friend, and who helped me choose many things. For example, Tirunathala had Titi. Titi was actually a tune which I had, which is a very soft tune. Then I made a jingle with a jadi. So he heard everything and said, hey, can you make 1 and 4, combine that? I said, how can you do that? This feel is different, this feel is different. That was cinematic genius. You know, cinematically how people look at, I learned from him how to put two completely contrasting things to make something very original.
Also, just coming back to you and Mani sir, temperamentally, you're very similar.
Is it?
I feel like both of you say, I mean, I think I know you as someone who talks a lot to me, which I'm very grateful for, but you're like notoriously monosyllabic.
I used to be, because...
That time you would have been like half a word then.
Yeah, no, I used to be because I didn't know how to articulate myself. Like my brain was doing much more complex things than my words. And how to make my words articulate what is happening in my brain is an art by itself. So then I started writing movies. You know, like I would go to LA flight from Dubai to LA, Chennai to Dubai, and then you have the 16 hours and you think of ideas. Oh, what if there's a movie like this? What if a movie like that? And then I started telling people whether I made it or not. I made
you did make a movie.
2 movies.
Yes, you made 2 movies.
So, and then you had to articulate what is, because I need to see the reaction from people. So the words came, the articulation came because of that process, I think. Telling many people a script, looking at the reactions, even in Hollywood. Like
right.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I'd love to go over some of your music and specifically, speaking of you and Mani sir, Bombay, that theme just you know, because you know everyone uses this word pan-Indian now, but it truly was, because it had no language. It was a theme that just tugged at people's, some part of them, I wouldn't say heartstrings, it just tugged at pain and emotion. How did that come about? And what does that mean to you?
Because he first he said, Mani sir said, I'm going to make a movie without songs. So I said, okay. It's just going to be 20 days documentary kind of a film. It's called Bombay. And then, of course, he gets tempted and says, no, I need one song, then another song. So the first thing I ever thought of was, actually I was working for Hasani ji, her movie.
Mayaka.
Yeah. So I was doing Indra.
Right.
And I was composing in GV's house, you know, Mani's brother. And they gave me a room. In that room, I was composing for her when this idea came in. So I was playing everything, like everything is for you, but one is for your husband. Can you leave it? Usually I don't, when I compose for somebody, whatever comes, I give it to them only. So yeah, you can give it to him.
How generous.
So that was Bhumika.
And Chinna Chinna Asai, which was like, I remember that's the first song of yours that I remember singing in school because it was just so uplifting.
I've never made a song like that again.
I was
going to
ask you.
That orchestration or that tune.
Why? Was it just the song of that moment?
I think it came from somewhere.
Yeah.
Seriously, because that is the style which is so unique.
Have you tried to make a song like that again?
I'm just thinking. I was just thinking a couple of weeks back, why can't I make an album full of reggae, that kind of stuff. With each song, when I do something, like even Tirda Tirda, that style could be a whole album. Like Chandralekha, there could be many Chandralekha, kind of inspired stuff.
Yes.
Many Rasatis, many Veerapandi Kottale, kind of in that genre. I've never done that again. I just moved on, experimenting.
Because it was like at that time they said in the padataki, in the part and then you were just kind of going.
Actually what happened was when I did Roja and then the second movie, Pudhiya Mugam came in, everything sounds the same. Even though it's not same. The sound was similar. So everything sounds the same. It sounds like Roja. So I consciously started moving, which is a very good thing. Sometimes criticism helps you to expand.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so Gentleman was different and Kirak Chimile was different. Consciously moving from that palette of sounds or that kind of tune.
Yes. So Khwaja Mere Khwaja was not composed originally for Jodh Akbar. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd gone to Ajmer and one of the Khadims there said, why don't you do a song on Khwaja? Why are you not doing it? You've done Pia Haji Ali. What can you do? So I don't know. I'm not getting it. Why don't you pray for me that I should get it? And then I was going to Australia for a tour. And in the flight, I had a tune, for a romantic tune, which I didn't like. I said, what if that tune has Khwaja Mere Khwaja in it? And I'd recorded the song.
Right. Just as an idea.
Yeah. No, I recorded the full song. I asked my spiritual teacher to write. So he wrote the whole Kashif. He wrote the whole song. It was there. 1 year later, Ashutosh comes in and he says like, you know what, Akbar goes to, he was telling the story of Jodh Akbar. He goes to Ajmer. I said, what Ajmer? Yeah, he goes to Khwaja Sahib. It's not like Ajmer was a small dargah that time. I said, wow, I have a song. No, I need only 2 lines, he said. Okay, this is not 2 lines, the whole song, so I want, no, play it to me. Then he comes after hearing it. He catches my hand. Please give the song to me. Please give the song to me. I said, you can't change anything. So that's how it got into Jodh.
So it was almost like
it was made
everything aligns,
and then in 2 years I get Oscars.
Khwaja's blessings. Maya Maya, from Mecca to Gulzar Sahib, what is that story and what is that?
I was doing Hajj and then, people sell water. So they call Moya, 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 Moya. I said, whoa, that sound is great.
So you got it from that?
Yeah, so I was hearing that sound. I said, hey, there's a hook for a song, Maya, Maya. But it's in Arabic in a way.
Right.
So anymore, Maya, Maya doesn't have anything relation to it. Just the sound was...
Just the sound with the syllabic sound, yeah.
Inspired by that one.
Oh, amazing. Luka Chupi with Lata ji. What was that day in the studio like for you?
Actually, kind of orchestrated the whole thing. I wanted to do a duet with her. And I said it'll be iconic. And it's just great. And so I told Rakesh, hey Rakesh, why don't we do a song with Rajaji? So when this happens, there's no place, he said. No, you can use it when this character dies and put as though he's gone to heaven. And he was so open, he was so chilled out, Rakesh Mehra.
Collaborative, wow.
And he said, hey, do whatever, yeah. Like, I'm open. So he's never like insisting, no, it won't match the movie. I don't want you to waste, nothing. So Prasun was there, he was jamming and said, what if mother talks about missing son and the son says, I'm in a better place now. And then it just derived. Then when she was singing, I got inspired, okay, what if she sings Antara? It was composed on the spot. Prasun wrote on the spot. All that stuff was done on the spot. And I'm very proud of that song because I think situations are so predictable in movies sometimes. Most of them, it's formulaic.
The permutation combination is...
Yeah. So here, there's no situation like this where a son is singing something and the mother is singing something like...
From beyond.
Yeah, exactly. So that is something which I love doing, like to break the mold of the monotony.
Kun Faya Kun. Apparently it was born out of a jam session?
So Kun Faya Kun happened when
it's such a powerful song.
Yes, I was very scared. Like Imtiaz and Irshad came to meet me for Rockstar, and we were just jamming. He gave me Sadda Haq and he gave me a Jobi Mein, all these ideas. Suddenly he said, "Can we do a Qawwali?" I said, "What Qawwali? I don't want to do Maula Ishq Qawwalis. I'm done with it. Can we do something different?" "No, can we use Kun Fayakun?" I said, "You're going to a dangerous area. If you just mess up or you shoot something which is awkward, disrespectful, like
Precarious.
I'll get blamed for it." No. Trust me, I will never do that. We just do this. So he was shooting, and then so I was taken Kun Fayakun. I was jamming for like 20 minutes, and so it started in major Yaman, and it went to Bhairavi, and now you look at actually the main thing is Bhairavi, but it's like there's a Sudhi Vedam, so it is in another key. So then this was born, and then I sent it, and he loved it. He made some changes. Mohit sang, I sang, Javed sang. And we felt that there is something in the song, like there's something musically interesting, and it unites all the religion, because everything talks about how the universe is created, whether it's Islam or Christianity or Hinduism. And so it in
The
a
one
way,
unity.
yeah, be and it is, that, and tatastu or kun fayakun.
Yeah.
And so in a way I think that's what it connects even beyond languages. People who don't understand, like the president of Berklee College of Music, he heard it, and I don't know whether he understood. I said, "I love the song, I keep listening to it again and again." So
It is magical.
it is a soul connection. It's
It is.
beyond the words, there is a soul connection, which is
தமிழ்ல ஒரு கேள்வி பண்ணலாமா? So இது NDTV Good Times. உங்களை பொறுத்த வரலும், what is a really good time in life?
my good time.
தமிழ்ல சொல்லுங்க சார்.
என்னுடைய குட் டைம் சொன்னீங்கன்னா ஐ திங்க் எங்க அம்மா சொன்ன மாதிரி மற்றவங்கள சந்தோஷப்படுத்தி பார்க்கறது இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் a good time.
மத்தவங்க சந்தோஷமா இருந்தா
எனக்கு சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும். Because I don't how much of a money, how much of a fame you have, எவ்வளோ இருந்தாலும் நம்ம உட்காந்து தனியாக உட்காந்தோம்னா ஒன்றுமே ஒரு பிரயோஜனம் இல்லை இல்லையா?
எந்த யூஸும் கிடையாது.
I think that's.
Thank you for having us in your beautiful studio and inviting us into your space.
Thank you. Welcome.
And really, I'm looking forward to coming and seeing you perform and enjoy it in that ambience. I want to ask you one thing before we go is if you had a prayer, I know you pray every day. If you had a prayer for the world today in one sentence, what would it be?
I think a oppression-less world where people love each other and they have enough money so they're not greedy. They want to steal other people's money, each one.
Simple, true, and beautiful. Thank you, Rahman,
God bless. Thank you.
for having this lovely conversation, and I really look forward to watching you live.